Welcome back. Hi, Kingdom. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulties just now. When you are bringing positivity, the enemy will try everything under the sun to make sure that your message and your awareness that you're bringing to people is not shared. But guess what? My mother has a saying that says, when you can't ride a horse, you'll ride a pony. You'll make it work. You'll figure it out. So we are back. I'm sorry about that. But Kingdom, come on in, bring the light. Come on. You guys are absolutely the light. And we are so grateful. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. So I am so excited to have you here. I am so excited that you are a force to be reckoned with. You are the light. This is what the narcissist does not want you to know. Kingdom, tell me that you are having a narc free day because we have a topic that we have to talk about. Okay, good. Hi, right group. How you doing today? I'm so glad you can hear me. Yeah, the enemy did not want me to give you this message today. But guess what? No, no, no. No monkeys are going to stop this show. We are going to make sure that we talk about this. It's something that we don't want to talk about, but it's something that we absolutely have to talk about because it's the truth. And the kids today, the message is the narcissist also abuses the children. So the children also are in this abusive, toxic relationship, this emotional roller coaster, this hi, Connecticut to Florida. How you doing today? We are talking about the kids are also in this relationship with us, with this narcissist. Do you agree? Do you guys agree that they also go through this emotional roller coaster? They also go through this toxic relationship with us. Do you guys agree with that? I think, in my opinion, I think that they are even more traumatized sometimes than us because then they go to school. Absolutely, right, group. Yes, they go to school. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna hold on. Connecticut to Florida. Yes, hold on to that. Is actually something that we are gonna talk about. Hey, Phoenix Noel, how you doing today? Oh my goodness, I'm so happy you guys are here. We got a really great topic today, and I really, really want your feedback today because I want you to tell me what you think about this. Do you agree? Connecticut to Florida said they also sexually abuse them too. So remind me before we leave that we have definitely got to talk about that because that is something, it's taboo. We don't talk about it, but we have to. We have to bring awareness. We have to be conscious of these demons that come into our home. In the Some of them will do it for one reason and one reason only, to get to the kids. They sexually want to be able to have access to the children, and unfortunately, they come through us to do that. But we're gonna bring that to the end. We're gonna hold on to that. So Connecticut to Florida, will you remind me to make sure that we bring it up towards the end? We're gonna definitely talk about it. Will you remind me, please? Because I know we can get to going and talking. So I want to make sure that we do talk about it. We do bring it up. We definitely have to bring awareness. And there's ways that we can to tune in to make sure. Okay, thank you, Boo. I love you. I love you so much. Yes. Phoenix Noel. Oh my goodness. Connecticut to Florida. How are you guys doing? Right group. How are you guys doing today? Tell me that you are having a blessed and narc free day. Or if you are still with your narcissist, that you are coming up with something, somehow, some way that you are going to possibly, hopefully, get yourself in a mindset, because you got to get in a mindset first that you had enough and you're not going to take it anymore, and that you will be moving forward. So I hope everyone is having a blessed and narc free day. But if you are still with them, hopefully you are able to. Narc free, Phoenix Noel said narc free 3 years. Yes, 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 yes. Connecticut to Florida said blessed and narc free today. She said keyword is today. So she's having, I already know, honey, that you are having the most amazing day because you have a free day without the narc. So that is wonderful. But today's topic, let's talk about it, because the children also are in the relationship with us. Guess what? The kids are in the trenches with us. The kids are in the battlefield. Mm. They are in the battlefield with us. I want to, Connecticut to Noel said, I want to change from today to what do you want to change to? Say that again. Tell me what you said again. So yes, we to every day. Yes, that is boo. That is my prayer for you. The kids suffer the most. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And this is something that in my 30-year relationship, I did a lot of wrong things, and I think I talked about this already about me blaming myself and to forgive myself. And one of the things that um, I have not forgiven myself for is putting my son, because my son is older. My son is from a previous relationship. I put my son, I allowed, let me change my words. I allowed too many things. The things that I allowed in my life, I have to be honest and say that I allowed it in my son's life as well because he lived with us. And there is a lot of emotional damage with my son that I'm working through right now. And we are working together. Him and I, we're working together. But let me tell you something. The kids go through it more than we do. You know why they go through it more than we do? Because we're adults, right? A lot of us have thick skin. A lot of us have that defense mechanism where we can put up a wall, or we can cuss them out, or we can tell them to go somewhere or go do something, or we can walk out, or we can find our moment where we detach from them. But guess what? Guess who can't do that? Guess who has no choice in the matter on what's going on? The kids don't. Phoenix Noel says, "Oh, yours went away quick. It did not even leave yours." Oh, she's fixing it. Yeah. So the kids, yes, the kids absolutely suffer the most, and this is one of the things that I'm upset with myself about, and I have not forgiven myself. For allowing my kids, mainly my son, and then my daughter, saw a lot of things that happened. My son wasn't there. He was, thank goodness, wasn't there, because it probably wouldn't have ended good. Like the times when the machete was pulled on me, my son was not there. If he was there, I think that it would have gone a different direction. Your kids are grown now. Yeah, my son is, um, he's older, but he's still going through a lot of the emotional, mentally, the mental and emotional abuse, and getting through that and figuring out now how he can change his behavior. So my kids are grown and they are in counseling. Right. So if they're grown and they're in counseling, guess what? My son and I actually, Phoenix Noel, my son and I actually talked yesterday. We talked about, and guess what he's about to do? He's about to go to counseling. You don't have any kids yet, but I'm going to tell you, Connecticut to Florida, please, if I could give you any advice, try not, if you have a narcissist in your life, which obviously you do, My suggestion would be, and I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you to think about it. Try not to have kids with a narcissist. Having kids with narcissists, and everyone else can attest, and they can tell you if they agree. Everyone can say if they agree or not. Having a child is hard, but having a child with a narcissist, it's a whole nother level. We put these kids through way, way, way too much. The narcissist puts the kids through them yelling at the kids. The kids don't do anything right. The kids can't say or do anything when they try to have fun. I'm 26 and I don't have kids. I mean, I don't want kids with. Good, good. That's awesome. My youngest daughter developed an eating disorder. Yeah, so this is what we're talking about today. We're talking about what happens when we, you and I, allow the narcissist to do the things that they do to us and the kids. And even if they're not physically doing anything to the kids, or they're still yelling at the kids, they're still yelling at you in front of the kids. The kids then go to school, they can't concentrate. My daughter used to have headaches. I mean, when I tell you every day she had a headache, she had CAT scans done. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. And I figured out that it was because she was under so much stress from being in this toxic relationship with us, with me and my son. And the narcissist, he was just doing this the most, and banging on things and yelling and pulling machetes and just trying to be this big gigantic person by bullying us throughout the process. It is abuse. Absolutely. It is abuse. No matter how we slice it, no matter how we want to change it and make excuses for it, the stress of the narcissist destroys everyone's health. Noel, Phoenix Noel, you are absolutely correct. It destroys everyone. The kids are not exempt. But guess what? The narcissist doesn't care about, oh, I used to say this all the time. Stop doing things in front of her. Please stop doing these types of behavior in front of her. And it seemed like the more I asked for that, it seemed like the more it and worse it became. So narcissists don't care about, I don't care what anyone says. I can say it. I know I lived it. I'm getting a lot of backlash. A lot of people are writing, and not on not you guys, but just in the comments, just saying really nasty, disgusting things, telling me that I'm spreading lies. How can I spread a lie when this is my life that I lived for 30 years. What is there to lie about? There's nothing to lie. Do people think that I want to come on social media and bash, excuse me, and air my dirty laundry on the things that I went through in my life to have fun? This is not fun. This is about spreading awareness so that you guys, like Connecticut, Florida, who doesn't have any children, that she now think about, and then she's on this channel getting educated, right? So this is what this channel is about. This channel is about spreading awareness so that people like her and everyone else who possibly don't have kids right now, that they don't go into relationships knowing that they have this type of personality, this type of disorder. It only gets worse. There's nothing for me to lie about. I don't have any reason to lie. What would be the reason for me to come on social media? I have 5 million things that I have to do to make sure that my bills are paid. I don't have time to come on social media to lie. A lady told me the other day, and she's just keep going back and forth with me, that I am lying and I'm spreading lies. What is the lie that I'm spreading? There is no lie. The truth is, the narcissists don't care about anyone. The truth is, the narcissists don't love the children. The truth is, the children go through the abuse with us. The kids actually suffer more, in my opinion, than we do, because we can handle it to a degree. We have thick skin. You have to have thick skin when you deal with these people. Connecticut to Florida, that's exactly what I wrote to her when I responded to her. I said, obviously you are a narcissist, because if you're telling me that I'm lying because I'm spreading lies, obviously you don't know anything about me. You don't know me from a hole in the wall. You don't know all the things that I went through in my life, in this relationship that I was in, and you can tell me that I'm spreading lies, then obviously you're a narcissist. And she kept putting it back on her. It wasn't about her. I don't even know who this person is, unless it's the new supply that was pretending to be someone else. Maybe that's a possibility, because you never know. I don't know. And I don't care. But the reason why I'm here is to spread awareness, so that I wasted 30 years of my life putting up with the same thing over and over. I put my kids I did it. No one else did it. I take accountability. I put my children in an unhealthy situation. And my reason for sitting here with you today is that you guys, if you are in it, and you are putting your kids through it as well, you have got to reevaluate. KLG223 said, "This is the truth. My son is now 20, and I'm currently go through a divorce from the narcissist, and he said that his father would beat him." Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I did not come here today to cry, but it's unfair that because we're in these terrible relationship with these monsters, it's not fair that the kids, that we allow it for so long. We put up with it for ourselves, but we put our kids through these the kids are in a toxic relationship also, like we are. The kids are on a roller coaster like we are. The kids are walking on eggshells like we are. Phoenix Noel said, "I spent 27 years with my narc, and I'm sorry, they take it off so quick." Someone type something so I can read it back again. I'm so sorry. This is hard for me. This is not easy. I saw, okay, divorce now. So he recently said that his father would beat him when she wasn't home. And you didn't know that. Your son never told you that. I bet you obviously you didn't know. And beat him for what? For what reason? This is the stuff that I'm talking about. I have been in a relationship with a narcissist when I was 15, and he punched me in my eye and I had to leave. Yeah, they are, when I tell you all the above: emotional abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, spiritual abuse, you name it, they abuse us in every way, shape, or form. And I'm telling you that the kids also are getting the same thing also. I'm 26 now, and I don't know why I attract them so much. My parents are both narcissists. So what we're going to do, I'll do a video, or maybe one of my next lives. We're gonna do the topic. I'm gonna write it down. We're gonna do how we can steer away from. There's ways that we can steer away from these individuals and not repeat the same cycle. Because my father was a narcissist, and I married a man just like, I always say, I married my father. So it's a cycle, right? Because it's what we used to, it's what we know. But there's ways that we can change, that we don't go through that cycle again. The Lord told me I have to forgive myself. It went away. And I didn't know. I apologized to my children for whatever I had their back, and I told the narc if he would ever touch him again that he would be sorry. My kids, yep, that was KLG. Phoenix Noel said my kids used to run into their room whenever the narcissist came home. Exactly. This is insane. He used to provoke my son. He mind provoked my son, and he would recently try to intimidate. Yep, that sounds so familiar. Same exact thing here. It's not fair to the kids. It's not healthy. It's not fair. The kids suffer, and then guess what? The kids grow up, and then one or two things, they then learn that behavior, and then they repeat that cycle. Or you have a child where they're empathic, and then they go and meet someone just like what they saw, because it's what they're used to. It's because it's familiar and it's what they know. KLG said he used to provoke my son, and I recently tried to and took care of it. I took care of it quick. Good for you. So that we absolutely have to. But we have to get not only us, we have to get the kids out of these, away from these toxic, narcissistic creatures, because that's what they are. They're absolutely, they run this earth to rob, steal, and destroy everyone. They don't love the children. They don't care anything about the children. The children are a pawn, or the children are, when they go out, they dress them up, they make them look cute, and the kids get, they'll get attention, and it gives the narcissist that attention. Connecticut to Florida said the narcissist reminds me of your dad. Exactly. So we usually will attract to someone familiar to who we know. Um, if I can tell you that I married my father, I didn't physically marry my father, but I married someone just like my father. So it does repeat, and it does cycle back. KLG said no one speaks to him, but he refuses to leave. Oh my God. Ooh, so if no one speaks to him, so you're still in an environment where he is still there and no one's speaking to him. Obviously, he is not leaving. Maybe it's time for you guys to get your final closure. Maybe it's time for you guys to maybe work a plan for you guys to leave. That way he is nowhere near you, because I have to tell you something. When you're dealing with a narcissist, and I think you guys already know this, you never know what angle they're coming from. They're very vindictive. They are very bitter. They're very angry. So the mere fact that you are gray rocking them and not talking to them, a lot of them will actually come up and contrive and come up with plans to get back at you because you are not speaking to them. So that might be something that you may need to think about. But it is not fair. It's not fair what we allow the kids to go through. It is not fair to the kids. These kids grow up, and now they have, like we're sharing, they have emotional trauma that they went through, running in there. Why if when your parents come home, the first thing kids should be doing is doing what? Not running to their room afraid of their father or their mother. They should be running to them looking for love. Phoenix Noel said my youngest daughter went no contact with her narcissist. It went off again. It goes off so fast. It literally goes up for like 3 seconds and then it goes away. But someone that types, okay, and act like everything is good, and then he had already came back, with a new plan each time. Exactly. They come up with new plans. She said, um, this is absolutely insane. This is insane. The things that these people do, the things that we allow them to get away with. We allow them. Do you know how many times I allowed mine, the narcissist, to get away with things that they should have never gotten away with? And you know what? I did a video. This has been a while now, a couple of months ago. It was, we create those Frankensteins. We create those uh, monsters. We create these demonic because we keep putting up with the same thing, and they just gradually get worse. If you think about it, and you guys tell me if you agree, when you have like a really big blowout or something major happens with the narcissist, and then you stay, but maybe you don't talk for a while, and then things go back to normal because they're nice, because they know they were wrong, but they won't admit it. Then the next big scenario, I want you to tell me you're right, or say that is correct. Somehow, some way, put confirmation. That next scenario, that big scenario, was worse than the last one. Who agrees with me? I spoke to a criminal lawyer already, and he accused me of stealing his mail. Oh my gosh. The things, this is what I'm trying to show you. So while no one's talking his mail, and he has access to it, I caught him stealing my mail. Yeah, because we know that everything that they do, they actually flip it and tell you, say that you're doing it, because that's how you know what they're doing, because they're accusing you of it. Phoenix Soel said, I tried to get the narcissist to move. He won't. He started tampering with my food. Oh my God. I had to grab my kids. Oh, it went away. Ooh. I hope you are out of there. I hope you got out. That is tampering with your food. Oh, no, 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 no. We know that they're demonic. We know that they're demonic. We know that they have, I don't know if you guys know this, and we'll do this on another topic, but they have that mindset where they will actually hurt you. They will do things to physically harm you. They may not, some of them may not actually physically hit you, but they will mess with your food, or they will intimidate you. They'll do certain things to you. So if they're doing it to you, guess what? They're doing it to the kids. And Phoenix Noel says she agrees. Yes. So each scenario got worse and worse and worse. So what's going to happen? Think about this, right? If we're allowing them, right, with me, we're letting them stay, you and them are staying with the kids, we're staying with the kids, and every scenario gets worse and worse and worse. Oh, Connecticut, or he was poisoning your food. Oh no, honey, no, no, no. He laced a blunt before. Oh no. See, this is the stuff. He destroyed my furniture. Right, exactly. So every scenario, you guys are saying it got worse and worse and worse. Hi, love. How are you today? How are you doing? Come on in. We are talking about narcissists abuse the kids as well. KLG said we had an argument. I told him he was a coward. It went away. Listen, these scenarios get worse. We damage the kids more and more and more. It is not right what we are doing. We're allowing these people to destroy our children. And I know you guys love your kids like I love mine. I know you guys love your children. I know you love every fiber in them. I know that you would do anything and everything for your kids. I know that. I know that. I know that you will not purposely put them in harm's way. Just like me. Just like me. But we gotta think differently. We have to move differently. We have to act differently. If we are still in it and we're allowing the kids to see it, to hear it, to go through it, We got to change. We absolutely have to change. KLG said he had an argument. He was a coward by putting his hand on, oh, this thing, I got to get used to this. This thing goes away real quick. Put it on our son when he was younger. I also called him a predator. Exactly. He hasn't been home for a week. Hallelujah. So if he hasn't been home for a week, it may be time for you to change those locks. I'm just saying, it might be time for you to change those locks. Because if he hasn't been home, he abandoned the family. He's no longer there. You're afraid for your life, and you change your locks. Um, we need to come up with a solution to stop children abuse. We got to get them away from these type of people. If they are living in the homes with us, then they're going to go through abuse, whether it be sexual, emotional, physical, verbal. They're going to be a part of it. They are absolutely going to be a part of it because they're in the home with the kids. So am I going to be an advocate for us to get these kids out of this? Absolutely. Early on intervention. Yes, we don't allow these people to come close to our families. We don't allow them to come into our homes. We have to do things differently. We have to move differently when we're meeting new people. Don't introduce them to your kids right away. I always say that. I feel like you could change it in the settings, your YouTube settings. Okay, we'll talk about that. I didn't see the next one. But yes, so we want to make sure that we are doing everything in our power. We're doing everything in our power to protect our children, to protect our cubs, to protect our love. The love, the one, probably the first love of our life, other than our parents, is usually our children. We love, love, love our children. And we want to make sure that we are bringing them into healthy environments. He goes and disappears for a week on end and then comes back crying each time. But you have the power, remember? You have the power to tell and say, not this time. I deserve better and I'm not going to put up with this. He comes back crying and he spends a few $100s and then stays for 7 days straight and then delete and blocks me. So, right. So, because he has the power right now, he's made the decision that he holds the power because he can come and go as he pleases, because he knows that every time he comes back that you will accept his behavior because you're what did we say last time? You're you haven't gotten to that point yet. But when you get to that point, I'm going to let you know, when you get to that point, and when enough is enough, he can call, he can whistle blood. It won't matter. You will have had enough and you will stop. KJ said kicked him out and the abuse happened. Let's see, the abuse happened 6 years ago, so the lawyer said it was too late to act on it. Abandonment and has been the last, at least for a year. Ooh. This is sad. I love Jesus. Yes, he is Trinidadian. Yeah, mine is Indian Guyanese. Yeah. Uh I agree. The narcissist used to disappear on me. It went away. Yeah, so my ex-husband is Indian Guyanese. Um, I'm not sure if it's something it's a learned behavior. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. I know that a lot of the men, and I'm not saying this is all across the board, but I have seen that a lot of men in that culture don't respect women. They put women down. Women are beneath them. Women are disgusting and vile. The narcissist used to disappear on me. I flipped it by loading up a U-Haul and disappearing on him permanently. Good for you. Good for you. That you are a boss. you are 100% a boss, because that's how you deal with it. Now he has to stalk me at work from the bushes. That happened to me after he discarded me the last time. Across the street, there's a bunch of bushes. Just in the bush, I'm seeing car lights back there. I'm hearing. I'm like, what is going on? Mm-mm. That's what they do when they realize that they've lost and they can't get a hold of you. They hide in bushes. I say that all the time. They hide in bushes and watching you and trying to. They know exactly when you come in, what you're doing. I don't know how they have a life. I don't know how they're taking care of the new supply if they're so busy worrying about what you have going on. But they want to be here and there too. Yep, yep, yep. Connecticut to Florida. Yep. Culturally, exactly. This is something. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. He stalks me whenever I go out and watches me. He follows me to the club. Yeah, because he wants to know who you're talking to. He used to he would use fake numbers and text me pretending to be people like a 2 year old, like a 10-year old or a 13-year old. That's something a 15 or 16-year old would do. I know he's got to be older than 18. Come on, that's stuff that you did that when you were 15, 16. Now, if you 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 and older, who has time? Aren't we busy? Aren't we all busy trying to take care of our family, trying to take care of our bills, trying to take care of our home? Who has time to come up with a phone number, get a new phone number, send a text message? They play too many games. And we are allowing them to play with our kids' minds. We're allowing them to play with their emotions, and it's not right. Right? Yes, immature. He will see me taking someone. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, but it's just very unfortunate. He is 27, so he should know better, right? At 27, you should know better. All of the narcissists do is same stupid stuff. They all are the same demonic team. Yes, absolutely. I always say I wish we could get an island that we could just send all of them on, and in that way they can devour and eat and use and abuse each other. And in that way, they can, whatever happens on that island, it's for them to figure out. They can all backbite each other. They can all abuse each other, beat each other up, whatever, everything that the narcissist does, all the games that they can all do it to each other. And then that they could have, you know what? I just thought about this. If we could get them on an island all by themselves, they will live happily ever after. You know why? Because they'll be doing the same thing to each other. And then they have, because they love drama, they'll be having drama for the rest of their life. And hopefully, they'll be happy. What's wrong with that? I think that's a great idea. Let's put them on a narcissistic island all by themselves so they can devour and use and abuse each other and leave us and our children alone. All the narcissists do stuff. Yeah, they listen. But they're doing it to our kids, and our kids don't deserve it. Our kids don't deserve it. Okay, so let's talk about the. They do love drama. They absolutely do. So let's talk about that conversation, this really uncomfortable conversation. I've had quite a few phone calls, sessions with people who feel like narcissists sometimes will look at their children in a sexual way, in an unhealthy way, in a now this is going to be a hard one. So let me get myself together, because I don't want to say anything wrong. So bear with me, guys. But there are a lot of them, men and women. Men and women. Ooh, Rosa. Hi, Rosa. What's happening? I haven't seen you in a while. Last night my daughter called her husband. Ooh, I didn't see the end. It goes away so quick. Type yes so I can read it again. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you are okay. But yeah, this part of the topic is really uncomfortable. But I have to say it. I have to tell you guys. Okay, her husband abused her via sleep deprivation and withholding the vehicle so she could not go to work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because that's what they do. They have to hold the power, they have to hold the control. They have to have something over you, or withhold something from you so that you can become unglued, or that you can beg them or cry, or however they want for you to show your emotion, and then you yell, curse, and scream, and then they turn around and say that you're the crazy one. But let's talk about this part of the conversation, this part of the reality, that we have men and women. Okay, Phoenix Noel said the narcissist started making inappropriate comments to my daughter when she started developing. This is exactly where we're going right now. When she started developing, I cursed him out in that moment, and I knew that we had to get away from that part. Okay, that part, that part. This is what we are going. We are going to let's get into this, because this is, if you have kids or you are going to have kids and it's with a narcissist, or you have stepchildren and then you're bringing narcissists into, excuse me, you have children and you're bringing a narcissist into that relationship, into that scenario, let's talk about it. Okay, so there are some men and women who will, let's go with women first, right? So if you have a female narcissist and you have, whether it's a boy or a girl, because I want you guys to know something. When it comes to narcissists, sex does not matter. The sex of the person does not matter. It's a person, it's a individual, it doesn't matter. I want you guys to understand that the sex of the person does not matter. There are some women who will get with a man who has a boy and a girl, and they will mess with that boy and girl. They will tell them to do inappropriate things. They will, I guess, trick them. I've heard horror stories. One lady actually told me that she saw the way he was looking at their daughter as the daughter started developing. She said she would actually just not say anything. She said she started watching. She said she noticed that when their daughter walked into the room, she said she would stand at a distance, and she said she started observing the way he was looking at their daughter. Not now, we're not talking about a step kid. And I'm not saying that step kid is right. I'm just making a point here. We are talking about his child. They all right, exactly. All while they watch the child. So she told me that she noticed the way he started looking at the girl as their daughter, the two of their daughter, as the child started developing. She said it was so inappropriate and it was so uncomfortable. Of course, they're no longer together, but I just want you guys to know something. We have to pay attention. We have to be alert. We have to we go into it with a trusting mind and a trusting heart, saying that we wouldn't do those things, but guess what? If the kids are in the home and they're in the home and you have a narcissist, there is a possibility, there is a strong possibility that they will do something inappropriate, or they will have the kids do something inappropriate. Incestuous teaches the children to speak up no matter what. But you know what? A lot of kids, and I don't know, but I've heard stories that they will tell maybe the kids things like, oh, if you tell your mom or your dad, then I'll hurt you. They put fear in the kids, or they bribe them, and maybe I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that these things are not right. The things that they're doing to the kids are inappropriate. We are at work. We are in the room cleaning, and they're in the next room doing inappropriate or saying and doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. Narcissists are, Phoenix Noel said, the narcissists are disgusting and have no morals. They don't. They don't. They have no standards. They have no morals. They don't care. They really do not care about anybody. They just care about that personal moment where they get gratification. It's all a game to them. This is the thing that really makes me say, what is wrong with these people? Now, suppose they get caught. Suppose you have a camera in the home that you can see exactly what they've done. And then you call the authorities and get them arrested. Do they not think about things like that? I'm a victim of child abuse, Rosa. I'm sorry, Rosa. I'm so sorry, sweetie. So you know exactly what we're talking about right now. It's not, it, Rosa, do you want to share what was it done in a way that, did they tell you, or was it done in a scare tactic way where they made you afraid that if you spoke up that something would happen, or was it your secret game? Because I've heard them. I saw on TV they've talked about that. They say that they have a secret game and don't tell anybody. What just so that we can kind of have an idea that if someone is actually has a child that's going through that, what is the angle that they will go to get the child not to speak up? Because we know that kids sometimes are afraid, ashamed. I would assume that they would have to be ashamed. Um, what is the angle? Does anyone know? What are some of the angles? This is to help other people, that if they're going through it, that they can see the signs, because maybe the kids aren't saying anything. Maybe the kids are being quiet. Maybe the kids are being threatened and we don't know. Maybe the kids think that it's a game because they don't know that they're so young that they really don't understand what's going on. When you get to after a certain age, you do know what's going on, but maybe the kids are 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kids at that age don't really know what that is. Children need to know that the parents need to listen. I talk to my kids all the time. My daughter is one. She's so smart. She picks up on, and my daughter has discernment. I think my daughter's discernment is stronger than mine. I tell you that. My daughter has discernment. When I tell you, it is so strong. She can meet someone can not speak or speak one word, and she'll say, Mommy, no, Mom, no, 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 no. She has this really strong discernment, but that it's a learned gift. It's a learned power. So if we start instilling that in our kids, and maybe have conversations with our kids in ways early on, letting them know that there's certain parts that no one touches, right? There's you if someone asks you to do something that it makes you uncomfortable, um, you don't have to tell them that you're going to tell the other parent, but make sure you tell someone. These are the conversations that we should be having with our kids. And then I tell you what, all you got to do is pay attention. Pay attention to the fact that you are observing, but don't let them know that you're observing. And if you're seeing that, and if you're with a narcissist and there is a 50, even a 50% chance that this narcissist has no level of low, that they will go to the gutter with even the kids, you got to go. There's no option here. There's no option. We've got to get our kids into a healthy environment. We are saying that our grown kids are now having to go to therapy because of the things that narcissists have done. And sexual abuse is one of those things that they have are going through or have gone through, or other abuse. Children need to know that the parents, they use money. Okay, see? So, yes, so they use money as a manipulation. So, who doesn't, what kids, all kids like money, right? So, I didn't even know that. I didn't even think about that. So, thank you for that. That is just mind blowing to me that someone would think to use money as their tactic to get to do acts to children. That is unhealthy. But we are allowing these people in our children's vicinity, in their home where they should be safe, in their home where they should feel protected, in their home where they should be able to come out and not run to their home, run to their room and be afraid, that they can laugh and be kids, enjoy themselves, love, that we should be in a loving environment and a loving space, that our kids see what healthy relationships look like. And this is when we're dealing with narcissists, this does not happen. So, how are we going to move forward? Moving forward, how are we going to do things differently? That if we are no longer in those relationships and that moving forward with the next person, what are we going to do differently moving forward? Are we going to, as soon as we meet someone that we think is the one, that we introduce them to the kids right away and move into the move them in, or we move in with them right away, and then 6 months down the line, we see inappropriate things? We have to take baby steps. We have to be aware. We have to pray for the gift and the power of discernment. We have to ask God to show us who these people are from the gate, from the very beginning, from the absolute inception, from the moment that we meet these people. Ask God moving forward, Heavenly Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, that as I move forward in my journey, as I move forward and we go out and we meet people, Heavenly Father, anyone that is not of you, we only want to bring forth people who are good, people who are loving, people who are respectable, people who will love our children like their own, people who know boundaries and know that kids are to have a safe space and that kids are to be loved and respected. These are the things that we have to put out into the universe. We have to put out that, tell God this is what we want, and then ask God that those people Those types of people, the negative people, the toxic people, the narcissistic people, that the moment that we meet them, that God reveals to us immediately, or even when they speak the words out of, as soon as they open their mouth, that we will get that intuition, that deep in that deep in feeling, that guide, that God within us to show us exactly who they are so that we can run, and not look back. Because I tell you what, there's nothing easier than meeting someone for the very first time, maybe even going on a date with someone. And if you just listen really closely, all you got to do is listen and ask for the gift and the power of discernment. And God is going to show you as you're sitting across eating that dinner and they're talking and you're interacting with that person and they're telling you certain little things. God is going to give you that discernment and let you know, run. When you leave this restaurant or wherever you're at, don't look back. Keep going. What easier thing to do that when you first meet them, that God gives it to you right then and there. That way there's no wasting of time. That way there's no, and then you asking God to wean those people out. Don't even bring them close to you. Or when they come, that you immediately, that you have that intuition, that you have that gut feeling telling you, this is not right, and I gotta go. It was nice knowing you. I appreciate you. Thank you, but I gotta go. And don't go into that same cycle. Oh, but they were nice. Oh, but they drove this car. Oh, but they did this. Oh, no, none of that matters. It doesn't matter. We're talking about moving forward. We're talking about how we're going to do things differently, that we protect us and our children moving forward. How are we going to decide to do things differently? That those people go with like energy. I say this all the time, that that person, whoever they are, they will go with the like energy with someone who is deserving and is exactly who they are, and that they will leave us alone, that we don't continue to repeat the same vicious cycle and bringing these people into our children's world and then expecting that these people change. They don't change. They don't want to change. They are coming to destroy you. They're coming to destroy me. They're coming to destroy your children. They're coming to destroy your family. They're coming to destroy your job, your career, your money, everything in this world that you have worked for, everything that you're working towards. They're coming to steal it. They're coming to rob it. They're coming to destroy it, because they're envious people. And what better way that they see someone who is excelling? They see someone who is going somewhere. They see someone that has potential. They see someone that can do something with their life. What better way for somebody who's jealous to come in to destroy that for me and you? And we open the door and we invite them in. Do we not? Or they come with a face, right? They come with that face pretending to be nice. But if we see those red flags in the very beginning, I don't know about anybody else, and you guys could put a red flag up. And if you're liking this conversation, go ahead and like that. Hit that like button and let me know so we can have more of these conversations. But I want you to give me a hands up or a red flag and tell me that you ignored red flags, that you saw so many red flags and you ignored them. You pushed them to the side, or you said, you know what, I can deal. Miss Rosa said, yes, okay. Yes, my hand is up, y'all. My hand is up. I saw the signs. I saw the red flags. I saw so many of them. It was like landmines. And I ignored every single one. This is where accountability is coming in. I can only hold accountability for me. And I tell you what, I saw too many red flags. And I ignored every single one. You know why I did? Who else ignored red flags? Actually, I'm gonna put both hands up. Let me put both hands up. I'm putting both hands up. Yeah. Phoenix Noel said I ignored the red flags for years. Yes, 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 yes. Self accountability. I'm holding myself accountable. I can only hold myself accountable because as we move forward, we know that we're gonna do things differently. So I'm gonna put both of my hands up for that one. Yes, I agree. So listen, as we move for who we ignored the red flags, right? And we allow these people, and the reason why I ignored the red flags because I saw these red flags, but then on the other side, on the flip side, it was like a coin. So you have the the face, the head is on one side, and then on the other side of the coin, oh, he was a nice person. He got along with my family. He was a giver. He listened well. He was very attentive. In the beginning, this is in the beginning. The Rosa said the narcs that take my as a youth told me he was teaching me how to become a woman. Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That is unacceptable. It's disrespectful and it's unacceptable. And that's why we have to watch out for our kids. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Rosa said it's okay. She's healed. I'm so glad to hear that. But the reason the other side of the coin for me was because he was a giver, he was attentive. In the beginning, this is the love bomb. And then throughout the years, like Phoenix Noel said, throughout the years, I just ignored them. At that point, I was like, okay, I didn't want to start over. I didn't want to have to bring someone new in to my life and my kids' life, not realizing I was damaging myself. I was damaging my children. My children were being verbally, mentally, physically abused. Even the dog was being abused. Even the dog, when the dog didn't do what he wanted it to do, when the dog didn't go the direction he wanted to go, he would take the broomstick and jab at the dog, and then the dog would try to attack him and try to bite him, and then he would get even madder, and then we would go into this tangent of leave the dog alone. We're all screaming. It was just this vicious cycle, and we just continued the same thing over and over and over and over again. But no, no more. We got to get our kids out of this. The kids we have to not put the kids in this. And if the kids are in it, we got to get them out. We got to get them out. We got to get them to a better space. We got to get them to a healthier environment. We got to show the kids what it means to be loving, patient, all the opposite, right? What do they go through? What are some things that the narcissist does to you and the kids? You tell me, and I'm going to tell you. You guys put in the comment section the things that you guys went through. I went through the yelling. I went through the nothing we did was ever good enough. I went through the controlling. Very, very, very controlling. Wanted to control. The kids had to do and say whatever he said. I had to do and say and agree with whatever he said. Rosa said, yeah, they give you the fake gifts. Yep, only later to destroy your soul. If I was near you, I would kiss and shake your hand because you are absolutely, absolutely correct. They do give you the fake gifts. They do give you the fakeness. I saw them, but everyone has their known that those same red flags, it went off. So yeah, so we gotta see the red flags. We have to cut them off. How do you cut a snake? You cut it by the head. You have to cut the head off. That's the only way. And how you cut the head off of a narcissist? You set boundaries. You go no contact. You block and delete them. If you don't have children, if you have children, you talk only about the kids, only about the children. If it gears to the left, gears to the right, do not respond. Do not only text. I would tell you text, 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 text. Do not get into these conversations with them. They will always gear left or always gear right. They're always going to be the ones that they're always going to have the control. So if they know your buttons to push, they're going to do it. They're going to do that. So we want to make sure that we stay in that space. But what are some things that your narcissist did to you and the kids? What are some behaviors that you can say that you pushed under the rug? I pushed yelling. Always picked on my silent treatment. Yep, uh, right group said passive aggressive silent treatment. I know those all too well. Uh, Not talking to anybody. Yelling, intimidating, controlling, pity, vengeful, nasty, belittling, hateful. This is treatment that you and your kids get. That's just, same here. I can relate. All of those things, I've witnessed them. All of those things. You know what? And you guys tell me. With my son is from a previous. With my son, what I noticed that used to happen with my son is when he couldn't upset me, when I had my wall up and I was like, you know what, I'm not playing this game, and I put my boundaries up and my wall up, even though I was still there, I would put my wall up and I wouldn't respond. I wouldn't give him a reaction. You know what he would do with my son? He would pick at my son. He would poke at my son. So when he couldn't get to me, he went after my son. When he couldn't get to me, he bothered my son. When he couldn't get to me, he troubled my son. When he couldn't get to me, he disrespected my son. When he couldn't get to me, they use the kids to get a reaction. Right, exactly. Because they know that the kids don't know any better. So now my son is on, this is at that time, my son is on this emotional roller coaster where, like Phoenix, so what? He stayed in his room 95% of the time. 95% of the time, my son literally stayed in his room. He didn't bother anyone. He didn't say anything. If my son said hi, this was the response that my son would get. My son would say, "Do you need anything? I'm going to the kitchen. You need anything?" He put his hand around my neck and he choked me. Oh my goodness, in front of my son. See, this is what I'm talking about, though. These are the things that we allow the kids to see. So now we have children who are physically seeing abuse. Um, Absolutely. I caught my ex-wife trying. Oh boy, it went off. I caught my ex-wife trying tying my son down in the bed because it was nap time. Oh my goodness. Tying him down. Oh my goodness. She, like he said, she sounded like she was narcissistic as well. But these behaviors, these things that you are all sharing, is not fair. It's not right for the kids. So let's talk about that. Once we have kids that see the things that our kids see, experience the things that our kids experience, what happens with the kids when they get to be 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24? What happens to those kids then? Now that they've seen this nasty behavior, this unhealthy behavior, this toxic poison that they spew, what happens to these kids then? What are some things that we are seeing that happens to the kids? For me, sometimes I see my son will just get upset for nothing, for very small little things. And I know that it's a learned behavior. I know that. So we're working towards that. Because what if you're upset that the dog just barked one time and it was just so simple? There's more to it than that. Um, my daughter stayed in her room. My son stayed in his room the entire time. So my son lived in that time and on eggshells because he stayed in his room and he didn't want to bother him. He always said that to me, Mom, I don't want to bother anybody. And I would say, you're not bothering anyone. I now understand. It wasn't about bothering anyone. He said anyone, but he meant, right? He meant, I don't want to bother him. I don't want to bother him. So now we have these kids running and staying in their room, walking around on eggshells. So now what are some behaviors that my son will get upset sometimes for very little small little things that don't matter? What are some things that you see that maybe the narcissist did that the kids you notice, oh, wait a minute, that's similar? Is that a learned behavior that they're doing? Have you guys experienced that like I did, where my son sometimes would get upset about the smallest little, when I tell you small thing, and I know that it's a learned behavior, and we talked about it yesterday about him going to therapy, about dealing with being able to uh, change things up and do things differently. My kids have anxiety. One has depression. Yeah, I, I, I kind of think that my son has the depression too. So, yeah, it's a hard thing. My son now punches walls. Yeah. Yeah, Rosa. Okay, oh boy. But do we understand that it's probably, how many of you think it's a learned behavior, the things that they're doing? I think it's a learned behavior. I think it's they're repeating what they see. Or, or they're lashing out. One of my kids display low empathy, which is the same exact right, because narcissists don't have any empathy. So sometimes it's a learned behavior, sometimes it's, I don't know. I don't know. You guys help me out. You guys, this is draining, right? But think about it this way. If we're drained talking about this conversation, what do you think about the kids? What do you think about the kids that are small? Their minds are small. Their experience is small. They don't know any better. They only know from what we teach them, what they see us do, what they see in the home. That's what they learn. That's what they know. So it's not fair, it's not right, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. Um, my ex-wife messed up my oldest son into several suicide attempts. Oh my goodness. I hope that you're able to get your son some help. Um, suicide is not, suicide is when someone is crying out for help, crying out for help and needing, like Phoenix said, the depression, right? When we're dealing with the depression of the things that have happened in the past, and that we are not dealing with those things. We're doing what? We're pushing them under the rug. Now we expect that these kids that have seen so much to be perfect men and women, when they've seen all of this disgustingness, and now they haven't really dealt with the real underlying issues, right? So listen, pray over your children. Pray over your children. Pray over your children. Whatever your children are going through, if they're thinking about suicide, if they're punching walls, if they're getting upset for very small things, whatever those things are, I don't care if the child has one thing that they do, four, five, six, three things, the amount of things doesn't matter. Pray over your children. Ask God to heal and touch these kids. Even though these kids are older now, most of them, guess what? Prayer works. If we put our children on the front line and tell God, I see a pattern, Lord, and I'm asking that you change my child's heart, that he not be so upset about small little things. I know that their narcissist father caused a lot of the issues. Absolutely. This is what I'm saying. We can we be upset with the kids for acting the way they act? No, we can't. We have to be supportive, and we have to know that it's because they saw and they didn't know how to act back then. They ran to their room. They walked on eggshells. They tried to do everything right, even though with narcissists, nothing anyone does is ever right. So the kids are confused, and then they get to be 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, those young ages where they don't know who to be. They don't know how to act. They don't know what to say. I know that the narcissist father calls their things good thing. They're working through it. Yes. So working through it is the key. um you know Talking it out, maybe talking about or having them get journal. I talk about this all the time, getting journals. I don't think I've ever told my son this. Wow. I know I've mentioned it to you guys, but I'm going to tell him when he gets home. I'm going to tell him, hey, I'm going to buy him a journal, and then maybe we can do that. Maybe we can buy the kids journals and then have the kids write their feelings down. Maybe tell them, take the journal, that when they're upset, maybe have them write in the journal when they're upset and write down their feelings. And then maybe a couple of days later, when they're feeling better and they're not upset or not punching walls or not getting these little triggers, when they're in a better, maybe go back and read it and maybe look at it from the other side and have them go through those words and figure out what was the reasons, what was I really so upset about, and then maybe write under that how they're feeling today in a better space, feeling today knowing that things are different. Things was and then seeing those words hopefully will get them to realize I was upset, or I punched a wall, or I was depressed about something that really was small at that moment. I used to hide behind the couch when I was a kid. My mom was a narc. Yeah. Yeah, I think probably most of us can say that we had um, I know, I forgot who it was, but someone said the mother and the father. But I know that most of us can actually agree that at least one parent in the house was a narcissist, and then we gravitated and migrated to someone very similar to that parent. So, yeah, we have to break that cycle. We have to make it a conscious decision that we are going to go with energy that is like ours: loving, kind, patient, understanding, encouraging, building someone up, not tearing them down. These are things that these are the characteristics that we are wanting to gear towards. I learned to hide and stay out of the way. Yeah, journal is good, but also teach them Psalm 23. Absolutely, my son knows that like the back of his hand. So yes, absolutely, Psalm 23. I completely agree with you. Yes, absolutely. And again, I'm gonna go back to this. If we are seeing patterns with our kids, yes, absolutely. We get our kids help. We get them into talking to someone, to getting them to counseling, writing their thoughts and feelings down, um, maybe finding a buddy, someone who can, not us, because for some reason when I give my son advice, this is what I get. And y'all tell me if you guys get the same thing, because I'm almost certain that you do. I get this. Can y'all see that? Let me change. I get this. My son stares up into. So, and I know that it's, oh, because it's coming from me, right? And I have this a lot. I will give my son advice, and then 6 months later, my son will come and tell me, Mom, such and such told me to do da 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 da. And I look at him and I say, I told you to do that 6 months ago, and you didn't want to listen to me. And he said, oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me that. A lot of times, and I think that this is where our frustration as parents come from. And you guys tell me if you agree. When it's coming from us, kids don't listen to us. Not all the time, but sometimes. Sometimes it's coming from us. It's like we're preaching to them, maybe. Um, but when someone else shares it, right? It's they listen. I don't know why that is. Not all kids are like that, or not at every moment, because sometimes my son will listen and he'll take in everything that I say. And then there's other times where he has this wall up. He doesn't want to hear anything that I say. So if they find a buddy, someone that they can talk to, and then pray over your children. Pray over your children. You see what the behaviors are. You see what the cycles are. You see what the repeated patterns are. And we ask God to work on our children. We ask God to heal our children. We ask God to clear their mind, help them to process everything that they went through. Let them know that it is not their fault that they went through that, and that we're going to work through. We're going to take one day at a time, and we're going to process everything that we went through, and we're going to learn from it, and we're going to grow. And that as we move forward, that we're going to decide and choose to do things differently, to do things better, to come from a different angle. And that every time someone upsets us, or someone does or says something that we don't agree with, that we don't now lash out or react back in a negative way. That sometimes walking away is the best thing to do, setting boundaries, blocking and deleting their behinds, and moving forward. And that if we can get our kids into a healthy space, if we can get our kids out of these unhealthy, toxic environments that we have them in, that'll be the first part of the journey to getting them to heal, process, and grow. So tell me, who agrees? Do you guys agree? What are some good, do you guys have some pointers that you want to share with others? Rosa said Psalm 23, hands down 100%. Do you guys have any other suggestions on things that actually maybe that you have done, or you've talked about it and that you are going to do? We talked about the counseling. We talked about the writing, their feelings down. So what happens if you have a small child and the child is 2 or 3 and they don't understand, but they see that mommy and or daddy, um, lashes out or bangs things or yells and screams? How do we deal with small babies? How do we protect our small ones? What are some things that we have to do to get our babies into healthier environments? What do you guys think? What do we do with the older ones? How do we deal with them? So tell me what you guys think. So I'm gonna give you guys the floor, and hopefully, if the notes don't go away so quick, we can kind of figure out how we can do better and do things differently, that we don't have to stay in this same stagnant place, that we can move forward, we can do better, and we can make a change. And change is good. Change is absolutely good. And change brings about awareness. Change brings about this a freedom, and change brings about a different outlook on how things used to be, to being coming in from a different space. So what do you guys think? Tell me what are some things that you are going to work on with your kids. What are some things that you are going to do differently moving forward, that you can get your kids the help that they need? Or so tell me. So yeah, so I don't expect my kids to do anything. I love them. The oldest is 37, and they're good kids. That's good. Awesome. So that's good. That is a great one. I love that one. That is so amazing and so wonderful. So that's good. I'm very happy to hear that. So yeah, so we wanna make sure that our kids, because you know what? When we have kids and they get older, and we have them go through those unhealthy environments, they can sometimes then come back and do the same thing, and then they repeat that cycle with their kids, and then they bring the same kind of people in, or they give the same behavior, and then that cycle just continues. And we're trying to break the cycle by bringing awareness. So definitely, 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 we want to do things differently. I love you guys so much, and I'm promising I have to find out. I tried to use my laptop at first, but I'm not sure why the volume wasn't working. So I'm going to work on that and see if I can figure out. That was my first time trying to use my laptop. So I'll figure it out. And I love you guys. I want you to know that you are a part of the kingdom. You guys are so amazing. I thank you so much. And if any of you want to connect for that one-on-one coaching session, I'm going to put my email in the description. With all of our busy schedules, we will figure out a time and a date that's good for both of us. So I appreciate you guys. If you guys don't have any more comments coming, I'm gonna. Rosa said, also pay attention to when a child is talking to their toys out about themselves. Another way to spot abuse. Rosa, listen, I love you. Did you guys hear that? That is so profound. So Rosa just said, if you have small kids, when they're talking and playing with their toys, because we know that kids do that, listen to what they are saying and watch what they are doing. Rosa, you are the bomb.com. That is so profound. You just gave me chills all over my arms and my back, the back of my neck. That, if we just pay attention, right? If we just listen to them when they are the most vulnerable, which is usually when they're playing, and we don't let them know that we're listening to them, we don't let them know that we're paying attention, we will hear. Code words for kids should be in, say that again, I'm not understanding. Code words should be what? Tell me again. Oh, so I think I understand. So you're saying that listen for certain little code words that they say. Okay, I got it. I'm 66 years old. This has followed me all my life. I don't even know what a healthy relationship looks like. Oh boy. Whew. So you know what? This is what I believe, and I really believe that. That doesn't mean that you won't ever have a healthy relationship. So you have to figure out how you can move forward to be in a healthy mindset, because if you're not, we have to be in a healthy mind and a healthy mindset in order to move forward. If we stay in the woe is me, or we stay in it, this happened to me and I don't want it to happen again, or things were unfair to me. Yes, we all went through that, but we can't keep going to from that space. We have to go to a different space, that moving forward, this is how I want things to go. I want things to be better. Remember, I was an abused victim. Yeah, so I thank you so much, Rosa, for sharing that. I empathize, and I thank you for sharing. If they are a narc at that narc house, it went away. As soon as, so that's all I read was if they are at that narc house. My godmother, she, when I don't answer the phone, she goes crazy. She is too much. Oh my goodness. I have to text her and tell her I'm on a live. So we want to make sure that we are moving. Oh, okay. So the narc house, they are in trouble. Develop a word so you'll know what. Okay, yes. So my daughter and I actually have that. So I'm glad that you put that up. I love you. I love you so much. So she says that you should have code words with your children. So my daughter and I, we have a code word, and that code word lets either one of us know, especially her, that something is wrong, but she can't say it. And it's a word that is a comfortable word, and it's a word that if other people hear it, they would not know what she is talking about, but it's our code word. And Rosa is absolutely correct. And that code word can be used on the phone, where the parent is standing there, and the child will say that word to you, and you will know exactly what the child is trying to tell you, and then you can move towards your course of action on how you can get your child out of that situation if they're in an uncomfortable situation. So having a code word is absolutely, absolutely very, very important, especially if you have kids who are in grade school or smaller, or even middle school, even high school. If you have a child who still lives with you and they're underage, under the age of 18, that you've got to figure out keywords, code words, that if the other people around have no idea what you're talking about, but that lets you and that lets your child know that something's not right. Oh, I love you too. I love you guys too. You guys are awesome. She got pregnant with my child before she had 5. I didn't see the last part, the last word. So yeah, so you guys are so amazing. I love your suggestions. Miss Rosa is she's she said that she has been through it, so she definitely she came in right on the right time to help us get through that. So she gave us some amazing advice today. So thank you, Miss Rosa, for sharing that. So I appreciate you guys so much. I love you. I'm gonna like ice cream is a code word. Yes, ice cream is a really good code word. She yells and makes me. Uh oh, it went out. Let's see. Okay, so someone type yes so that I can read that last one. It was a lengthy one, and it only gives you like literally 2 seconds to read it. So let's see what it says. Hey Rosa, just type yes for me so I can read it. Someone just wrote a lengthy one. I have to read it again. I think, and I put a little bit of a delay on this too, so that, but it doesn't slow down the words going off of the screen so quickly. So yeah, so code words are really, 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 that's a profound one too, and it's a very great tip, and it's a great way to communicate with your child that you and that your child have that special thing, that special word that brings the the alertness to you, that that they need you and they need your help right away, or you got to get them out of that. She yells and makes the children cry. I go over to comfort the child, and then she gets up and starts insulting me. Yeah, that sounds familiar. So they'll brutalize and torture the children and bully the children. And then when you, as the empathetic parent, feel sorry for how they've treated the child, they will then get lash out on you for, or they're probably saying, if it's a boy, they'll probably say you're making that him weak or anything like that. It starts to insult me with the words and hits me in front of the child. Oh no, 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 no. We cannot allow him to do that. No, no, you do not deserve that. The kids don't deserve to see that. And yelling and being abusive in front of the children. Yeah, she said yelling. Yeah, that is no, mm-mm. We've got to get you out of that. That is something that is not healthy, and it's going to get worse, and the kids are going to suffer more and more for it. So we've got to get you in a space where we can figure out and get some kind of course of action of getting you out of that. That's not acceptable. And in 2022, we're not gonna accept that, and we're not gonna allow that. So I'm so sorry that that's happening to you, and that the kids have to witness that. But we gotta get thick skin, and we gotta come up with some plans to get um, to do move differently. We got to leave these demons behind. We got to get rid of them. We got to get them out of our homes. We got to get them away from our children. If we have to leave, whatever. I used to be the person. I want you guys to know this. I was the person. I always said, make your relationship work. When I worked at Lowe's, I worked in the back office, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe God sent them. I don't know what it was, but I would be in my office minding my own business, and I would sit at the end near the wall, and people would bypass three or four other people and come to me, and I didn't look at them. They just would walk in, and they would just start telling me their life story, or something that just there's something current in their life that they were going through. And I was like, I don't know what it was. It was like I was this magnet. They just came and started talking to me and telling me and sharing these sad things with me. And I always, always, always said, try to make it work. Here, maybe suggest that I would do maybe little suggestions. But you know what I say today? Mm-mm. No, there's some relationships, especially if it's a narcissistic relationship, you gotta go. You got to go. No more trying to make it work. You gotta go. Yes. KLG said, yes, absolutely. I go outside carrying my child. Lord, it took it off already. Oh my goodness. Somebody say yes so I can read that again. That was a little long one too. But yeah, my opinion now today, my opinion isn't, and I'm not saying this is like little small things that you get out of the relationship. I'm talking about physical abuse, emotional abuse, narcissistic, toxic people. Yes, 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 yes. Get out. I used to tell people, make your relationship work. Do things, maybe uh, come from a different angle. Try new things. Try this thing. Try that thing. Maybe get dating. I used to give them all kind of advice. When I tell you every kind of advice under the sun, I would give them maybe, go to have a picnic, bring some music, sit down and relax and enjoy man, I would give them all kind of advice and tips and things. And you know what I say today? For somebody putting their hands on you in front of your child, run, 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 run. Call the police. Get their ass locked up. Get them out of your house or you run. That's what I say today. You know why? Because these people have no intentions on changing. You know why? Because these people have no accountability for anything that they do. You know why? Because they hit you today. Guess what? They're going to hit you tomorrow too. And then tomorrow it's not going to be one black eye. It's going to be two black eyes and a broken nose. Then the next time it's going to be, I have a friend that I used to work with. You know what her man did to her? And she's still with him? Her man knocked all of her teeth out of her mouth. Every single of this right here is gone. Gone. Completely gone. He did it in front of the kids. She is still with him. And she's expecting things to get better. So let me ask you a question, because I want you to tell me the truth. From the story that I just gave you, this man knocked all of her frontal out of her mouth. And she's still with him. What do you guys think? Put in the comment section, what do you think the next time that he gets angry? And the kids are all there because they love attention. They like to put on a show, whether it's the kids or not, or your mother or your father, their brother, their father. They like a show. They like to embarrass you. It doesn't matter who it's in front of, and they don't care. What do you think the next thing's going to happen to her? All her frontal are gone. What do you think is the next thing that he's going to do? You think it's going to be better and sweeter? I have seen okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No. Somebody put in the comment section, what do you think is the next type of scenario is going to happen to her when you are going to go live or invite someone? Oh, I would love to be a guest. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Listen, Rosa, I had a really, really, really strange lady contact me. And it was a couple of months ago, and I had sent you a text in your comments on your channel telling you to email me. And I don't even know who the woman is now because it was a couple of months ago. I don't know if you ever saw the email, my message, but I kept telling you, hey, message me. It was the strangest thing. And I have to look through and find. I've been so busy, I don't even remember who the person was. But it was something weird, and it was with you, and I wanted to find out if you knew who the person was. And I had put a comment on your channel telling you to please email me. Now I don't remember who the person is, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But yes, so I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. I haven't spoken to Rosa in a while, so it's been a minute. But yeah, we have to get out of these toxic relationships. I want somebody though to answer my question. What's gonna happen? I know. That's what I thought. I wanted you to email me because I wanted you to show you the page so that you could go on. I figured it was a scammer. What do you think is the next thing that's gonna happen to my coworker? Give me a scenario, because I know what I think. What do you think is the next scenario if he knocked out all of her teeth that time and they're still together? What do you think could happen to her, could potentially happen to her the next scenario? Okay, the real deal prime said, guess what? Death. Right. Or laid up in a hospital and can't move. And who gonna take care of her 5 kids? Not him, because he gonna be on to the new supply. So this is what I'm trying to show you guys, that these kids are seeing all of that. They saw their mother get all of her frontal get knocked out. So now, God forbid, right? If that next scenario and all those 5 kids are still there because she has small kids, those 5 kids see him beating her, I don't know, face in with a hammer. I don't know. What then? What then? We have got to know that every single time these scenarios get worse and worse and worse. You guys said it. I said it. We know the scenarios and the people are different, but the scenarios and the type of things, they just continue to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So you want to be like me? 30 years in a relationship, had all kind of things done, and now 30 years later you got to figure out and pick up the pieces and figure out your life, and you got to move, or you got to get a new job, you got to start your whole life over, you got to figure out how you're gonna take care of your family 30 years later. No, 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 no. I say this all the time. Take my experience and the things that I went through, the things that I saw and I ignored, the things that I allowed. Take the things that I'm giving you and say, these people don't change. They only get worse. I don't want to be like La. I don't want to waste 30 years of my life and now have to start over. Say that. I don't have a problem with you saying that. I want you to say that so you can get your behind out of there. Get you and your kids, if you have kids, out of that scenario, out of that situation. No, I don't want to be like La. La went through 30 years of BS, nonsense, things getting worse, disrespect, control, manipulation, ruining the kids, doing things in front of the, who pulls a machete on their wife in front of their child and thinks it's okay? And then turns around and flips it back on the wife and tells the wife that the reason why they did it is because the wife did something, when all I did was talk. She tries to, ooh. So please, I used to be the one, I used to be the advocate. Make your relationship work. Work on it. Try this thing. Try this. Try doing this. Date again if it's been a while. Child, please. No. 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 My advice today is, if you are in that type of relationship with that type of person, you better run. You better run. Run and don't look back, because they don't get any better. Experience goes beyond any textbook. Absolutely. As she tries to bait, react, abuses, she's looking. It's not healthy, and it's not healthy for these kids. And now we got to deal with these adult, as they become adults. Now they're lashing out. They're upset. They're getting upset about little small things because it's a behavior that they've learned. They're punching walls. They're doing all these things that they have seen or don't know how to handle their anger, because they're so angry at the things that they saw. They're angry that they see their mother do things to their father. They're angry that they saw their father do things to their mother, and they don't know how to deal with that anger. So they lash out, right? She becomes nice only to draw me in and to steal my phone, which she hopes the truth. Oh yeah, so you know the scenario. She wants the phone to see that you are doing something, right? She wants to know that you're not doing something that she's doing, because usually they will flip it. If they're accusing you of cheating, they're cheating. If they're accusing you of stealing, they're stealing. Whatever they're accusing you of, or they're accusing someone else of, That's what they're doing. It's not that hard. We just have to pay attention, and we have to be diligent, and we have to be mindful. But we have to get these kids out of this situation. We have to help our kids heal. So like Rosa went through it. She's saying, "Hey, I was in this situation and I'm healing." But this is some, she knows God and she knows how to work through that. Some people don't know God and they don't know how to work through it, and they don't know how to move forward and how to heal. So they take it out on everyone that comes into their path, which is what we don't want for our kids. We don't want our kids to do that. So I've recorded an unprovoked physical attack. I recorded. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Played a clip of her. Wow. So yeah. So listen, we have to right now. Their mindset is by any means necessary, and that's the mindset that we have to have to protect us and our kids. To protect us and our kids by any means necessary. Yes, we have to absolutely pray. That goes without saying. But if we have to, yes, it is all about image with them. The phone becomes enemy number one. Absolutely. And that, that's a good topic too. I'm going to have to do that. I actually thought about that yesterday. Everything with them is how it looks on the outside, except for when they're embarrassing you, which doesn't make sense. But it's all about outer appearance. Oh, how many of you know they'll put on the nicest outfit, they'll do their hair, they'll make themselves look really good, but they're spoiled on the inside. Spoiled, damaged goods. Spoiled, they don't love themselves, so they can't love anyone else. So, Kingdom, it is getting late, and I gotta make dinner. I have everything together, but I haven't done it yet. And my sister's here. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. So they went out so that I could do this live with you guys. So, but I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Rosa, yes, I think I did send you. I sent you an email. Sorry, not an email, a comment. So let's get together and let's do. I would love to have you as a guest. Yes, there are some hollow Easter bunnies. Yes, I said it. One of them, I think one of my first videos I did was about them being that hollow Easter bunny. They're pretty on the outside. They're perfectly shaped. They're everything is good, and then inside they're hollow. We will be in touch. Thank you for your time. No, thank you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I love you. You are part of the kingdom, and I want you to know that God loves you more than anything in this world, and anything that you bring to him, anything, any care, anything that is a problem, all you have to do is take it to him, and he is going to take care of it, and he's going to direct your path, and he is going to make your crooked places straight. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to go and get the dinner for my sister and the kids together. So I appreciate you so much. Have a wonderful day. If you want to connect for that one-on-one coaching session, I'm going to put my email in the description. Rosa, get with me. I would love to do the definitely have you as a guest. She is on social media and her phone 24/7, supply everywhere. Oh yeah, well let her go ahead and find a new supply so she can leave you alone. And then when she does, block, set boundaries, block and delete her behind so that you don't have to deal with her ever again. And if you have kids, only text only about the kids, and that's it. So Kingdom, have a wonderful day, and I promise you I'm gonna keep doing these lives more often. Some will do pop up, and some this will be scheduled only. The strongest experience this. We now have a responsibility, right? So the responsibility is that we share with others. We give everybody this so that they know exactly what to look for. She has no prize, no biggie. Absolutely. I agree so much. So thank you guys. I might do, today is Wednesday. Maybe I'll do a live maybe Friday or Saturday again. Or maybe I'll do like maybe a half an hour before. I'll let you guys know that I'm gonna do it. So I love you. I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. You are part of the kingdom and you are absolutely, absolutely awesome. And I'll talk to you soon. I hope you have an awesome and wonderful narc free evening. So bye guys. Love you. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.